Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 18, Sloka 66, Part 23. Sarva-dharmān parityajya, ekaṁ śaraṇaṁ vraja, ahaṁ sarva-pāpebhyo, mokṣayiṣyāmi śucaḥ. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. We are learning about śaraṇagati, which generally means surrendering of a weak person to a strong man who is capable of giving protection. In our case, it is us who are very weak. The weakness here is not about the physical ability, but mentally, to meet the demands of the scriptures to attain the Supreme Lord. Therefore, accepting our weakness, we do a self-surrender at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, who and who alone can grant us the spiritual world. Śaraṇagati is an expression of one's utter helplessness to follow any of the given yogas. Śaraṇagati is easier and faster means to attain the Supreme Lord. It is certainly faster and easier than Bhakti Yoga itself. Bhakti performed without surrendering is just sentimental. So let's see some points comparing the Bhakti Yoga with Śaraṇagati or Prapatti. The very first point for one to perform Bhakti Yoga is one should be born within the first three castes, Brahmana, Kshatriya or a Vaishya. Because for one to get started with Bhakti Yoga, one must be in these varnas. This is as per the Vaidika Varnashrama system. Whereas in Śaraṇagati, there is no such qualification, requirement that one must be born in any of these three varnas. One should simply feel incapable of following Bhakti Yoga, have a strong desire to attain the Supreme Lord, and that desire, knowing that only Krishna can save and grant liberation. The second difference is knowledge of Shastra. For one to practice Bhakti Yoga, one should know the Shastras properly. But in Śaraṇagati, lack of knowledge of Shastra is not a disqualification. Number 3, following the disciplines. In Bhakti Yoga, one should follow the disciplines prescribed in the scriptures very meticulously and without fail. In Śaraṇagati, following the disciplines is recommended as an add-on, but it's not a main condition of Śaraṇagati. By missing some of the prescribed Shastra, or for whatever valid reason one failed to follow the discipline, still that person is eligible to attain the spiritual world. Number 4, delay in securing the spiritual world. Bhakti yogis are one who does not mind delay in returning back to the spiritual world, whereas in Śaraṇagati, one was anxious in returning to Krishna without any delay. Number 5, Varna and Ashrama Dharma. In the Bhakti Yoga, the observance of Varna and Ashrama Dharma is essential, is mandatory, and that includes many strenuous Nitya Karma and Naimittika Karmas. Whereas in Prapatti, in Śaraṇagati, the observance of dharmas, while cannot be ignored, but it is not considered to be part of Śaraṇagati. It is not an anga of Śaraṇagati. It is only done to please the Supreme Lord. But that is not what is going to secure one the spiritual world. Number 6. Antima Smriti. In Bhakti Yoga, the remembrance of the Lord at the time of death is absolutely necessary. And as we mentioned earlier, that too only in the last sharira, body, when all the karmas get removed. This is something quite important to note. Whereas in Sharanagati, remembering of the Lord at the time of death, Antima Smriti, is not necessary. Once surrendered, the Lord remembers and grants moksha at the time of the current life itself. And this is guaranteed by Varahadev in Varaha Purana. Site manasi susvaste sharire satiyo naraha dhatu samye stithe smarta vishwarupam cha mamajam tatastam mriyamanam tu kashtapashana sannivam ahaṁ smarami mat bhaktam nayami paramam gatim. Ahaṁ smarami mat bhaktam nayami paramam gatim. When the Lord took the form of Varahadev, wild boar, to save his consort from the clutches of Hiranyaksha, a demon, the goddess puts forward a question which was troubling her. How can the living entities who are struggling in this world can attain your lotus feet so they can serve you in the spiritual world in your abode? For that question, Sri Varaha assures her that whoever, while in a stable mind and good bodily condition health, thinks about me and surrenders to me, I shall put an end to his cycle of birth and death. Even if he does not remember me when he is lying like a piece of wood or a stone, I myself remember and accompany him through the path to take him to my abode. And the last difference between the Bhakti Yoga and Sharanagati is the duration and intensity of sadhana practices. Bhakti Yoga has to be practiced incessantly, that is, without stopping, without pausing, continuously for long periods. Also, it comes with numerous impediments to practice Bhakti Yoga continuously. It is a difficult process for attaining the Supreme Lord because it involves the strict observance of one or more of the 32 upasanas, vidyas that we discussed earlier, that's attached to Bhakti Yoga. Whereas in Sharanagati, the spiritual world is guaranteed instantly, and the process of surrendering is just done one time. Doesn't even have to be multiple times or continuous like that of Bhakti Yoga. There are no impediments, there are no hard conditioning to fulfill it. This is true for even one who does not have any clear knowledge, but a sincere desire, inclination to adapt the mean, that is Sharanagati, to attain the Supreme Lord. One may ask a question: if the Lord gives liberation instantly for those who are surrendered, then why do we still see those who have surrendered still in this world? That's because there are two categories of Sharanagata, surrendered souls, or there are two types of prapatis, Sharanagatis. One is called Artha Prapatti, another one is called Dripta Prapatti. If one desires wanting to return to the spiritual world here, right now, immediately, then the Lord would grant it right away. And that type of surrendering is called Artha Prapatti. Whereas for those who would like to live rest of the balanced life and at the end of this very life would like to return to Krishna, they fall into the category called dripta prapannas, and that type of sharanagati is dripta prapatti. That is, any delay is only because the sharanagata had not prayed for an immediate release from this material world, but willing to or prepared to go through the unexpired portions of prarabdha karma till the end of current life. To conclude, in this session, we have seen the important differences between Bhakti Yoga and Sharanagati. And within Sharanagati, there are two categories of Sharanagata. One is Artha Prapanna, another one is Dripta Prapanna. Artha Prapanna performs Artha Prapatti, where requesting the Lord to release him immediately so that he can return to the spiritual world and engage in the service of the Lord right away. Whereas the other one is Dripta Prapanna, who performs Dripta Prapatti, meaning surrendering unto the Lord, but is ready to wait until the end of this current life and then return back to the spiritual world and be engaged in the service of the Lord for eternity. So the qualification for one to attain the spiritual world is one strong desire to attain moksha. And that strong desire goes with two factors, akinchanyam, ananyagatitvam. Akinchanyam is inability to adapt any other means to attain the Supreme Lord. Ananyagatitvam is absence of interest in resorting to any other means to attain the spiritual world. Akinchanyam is I am unable to adapt any means. Ananyagatitvam is there is no one else who can bestow the spiritual world, who can save me other than Krishna. Now comes an important question. Does that mean that one who has surrendered has nothing to do? Or, ask the question in a different way, those who are surrendered, what are their duties? For Sharanagati, is there any angas, any limbs that needs to be followed? For Karma Yoga, we saw there are angas. For Jnana, we saw. For Bhakti, we saw. So is there anything for Prapatti, Sharanagati? Answer is yes. Sharanagati has 6 angas, 6 limbs that needs to be followed by the Sharanagata. One may ask a question, well, being surrendered, then why we have to follow certain things? We were unable to do certain things in the other yoga systems. That is why we surrendered. But it appears that there are certain things needs to be followed even in Sharanagati. Well, yes, if we understood that no other means can save me, no one else can protect me, it is only Krishna who can save me, it is only Krishna who can bestow the spiritual world, then we certainly have to follow his instruction that's given for a Sharanagata. There are 6 of them, the accessories of Sharanagati, which will be our topic for the next session. Thank you. Hare Krishna.